Chapter 5, Small Stone. I like to just look at old photos, especially of Marilyn Monroe. So that's the background for this video. Chapter 5, Small Stone. From my 8th grade year to the end of 10th grade year, I was loud, chubby, and had chapped teeth, large head, and a little slow. Most of the boys I was interested in passed on me, usually by saying something hurtful on the internet, always ending with "you will always be my friend." Well, I got used to boys only seeing me as a friend, and honestly, it was nice. Not having boys chase up your skirt. Boys looked at me like I was a dude, one of the guys. And there were rumors that I wasn't even into boys. Oh, I like boys. We would wrestle, dance, climb, or just chill. And they would tell me their feelings and complain about their girlfriends. And I was the cool lesbian friend, but I was not a lesbian. This is some of it's cringy, but just bear through it. Knowing that these guys only see me as their little sister made me more comfortable. I did not worry about looking. Knowing that these guys only see me as a little sister made me more comfortable. I did not worry about looking ugly, and even if they thought I was pretty, it didn't matter. In my head, I was ugly, and my perception was that they did not see me. And it was freeing. I could run, jump, and climb alongside the boys. And most of my friends did not want to look dumb in front of boys. Well, that wasn't an issue for me. I could act silly and loud and not have a care if I looked dumb. The living part of life is in silly moments when you look dumb. I got to have all the fun. At times my feelings would get hurt, and over time, not being noticed by boys turned into my superpower. Without the fear of rejection helped me to be myself. I was funny and easygoing, a little more chill than the girlfriends, and if there was a boy that caught my eye, I would befriend him, learning about his interests, a strategy my mother taught me. She would tell me that boys would always remember the girl that learns about what they like. She would tell me boys need to be guided. They do not read your mind. They cannot read your mind. Her words played in my head like this: if they like cars, learn about cars. If they like music, study his albums. Boys will grow up and will not be able to forget the girl that cared about what they liked. And if they do not like you then, they'll be back, baby girl. Mom. And after many years, all my buddies friend zoning me, declining my attempts, then puberty hit, and my dyed hair Then puberty hit. I dyed my hair black as night, cut my shirts to let the breeze hit my growing body. My hair was straighter to lay over my eyes. Then I changed the game with my look, the studded belt. A belt that I stole from one of my friends. It just looked better on me. A studded belt that would haunt many of boys for many of years. The studs on my belt imprinting all the hearts of the boys that tried and failed. Nobody tried. I love myself. Anyway, where were we? It seemed like my new look was making all those boys regret sleeping on me. My face and body were now as bright as my beautiful soul, and every boy that teased was now asking for my number. However, there was only one boy that seemed to genuinely appreciate my soul, or so I thought at the time. From the time I was 13, he liked to talk to me, never really caring what color my hair was. He liked me most in my Goonies t-shirt. My fire buddy never cared about my frizzy blonde hair. He loved me. He loved my glasses. Our talks were getting deeper, but but he could tell that other boys were interested in me, and it was during the school year of my junior year. There were sharks sniffing around, but he could not do anything about. He lived a million miles away. I did enjoy getting his attention and making my buddy jealous on MySpace. My heart was still beating for a chance to bump into him. After years of talking, years of regret, we were finally on the same farm on the same night and no strings attached, just happy. His chubby boy vibe had grown into a tall tree of a man, and all he wanted was to party and dance with this girl. He was freshly showered and shaved and wearing his Sunday's best, a blue button down, boots, and jeans. He hurried outside with his curls wet from his shower to finally see the funny girl that steals his heart in the night on the internet. She just showed up with all of her friends, and he had spent years of dreaming and hearing my voice say what I type. I'm always bolder with my text than my tongue. And we were finally close enough to hear each other's laugh, and usually he would have me laughing behind my screen alone. Now we are together. We could hug, we could laugh, we could run, we could do all kinds of things. There were certain promises that a 16-year-old boy was hoping I would pay up on. However, I have been going through things, and I need him to commit before we would ever get all of me. He had to decide on being with only me, and I know he would take the chance to have me. I was beautiful and sad. Those two things are dangerous in a woman. This night was so beautiful with a painful goodbye. To make his dreams of having me come true, the first night in the summer of 2007, we only just had fun, enjoying the moment, danced and sang. We did not want to taint this memory with talk of the future we knew we would never have. The pain of logic was too much for that night. Neither of us cared about the pain. We tried to fight off the logic that is going to hurt. We are going to be drawn to each other, a force stronger than anything we had felt before. And he knew that he would need to leave, and I would be left with a broken heart. The things young boys do to get a night with a girl. Then there was the slow thunder roll to set the stage for a perfect hot summer love. We spent the summer just enjoying our time, just being young, not making anything too serious. And however, I was catching a lot of feelings, big girl feelings. And every time we got to hang out, I was falling more in love with who he was becoming, in love with his caring nature, in love with what we could be. And one day in our tent, the woods, we have been spending a lot of time together, and he was trying his very best to unlock the mystery of me. Nope, buddy, not for friends. His little throbbing heart could not take the cold shoulder. He got real sweet, pulling every good buddy trick. Pulling his pinky promise card. We have been fire buddies so long at this point. He was guilt tripping me with that pinky promise. However, I wanted him to be my boyfriend, and holding him in a sticky situation, he made his choice. And the next day we went riding down the river as boyfriend and girlfriend, every stroke in the water by his big hands. The hands pedaled their way into my stone cold heart on that river, my mind dazed and confused by the hold he had on me. He could look at me and know that he had me hooked. I belonged to him. After just a day on the river, he enchanted me with the gliding of the water. All my sweet fire friends found love in their own way when they were young, sliding into the night to make a new memory, and each of us falling in love with someone, dancing around the fire with not a care in the world, loving our youthful skin with all of the movements in our summer dances, showing our skin just enough to cool off from the dancing. The heat from new love has our temperature rising, and losing our bodies with the music, and taking in every moment that we caught with each other. We were reminded daily by every adult to just be a kid. We were just a bunch of kids enjoying the time we had together. We enjoyed each touch, each glance, each slow movement to love, a slow crawl to love. The summers always changed to the next. With the passing of time, new loves arose from the year prior. A couple of crazy kids could never fight off a love story. My brown-eyed beauty would be met on the river at his mom's house. He would fill up my garden with my mind for years. Those memories always spark the biggest joy when I look back, and carrying with me through the cold days of adulthood, envy to just spend one more night in that field. That group of fire friends over the years would beam my insides, giving me the most joyful memories throughout my life. And those memories of love would pull me out of my dark days. We would always find ourselves dancing in the woods, walking the edges to find mysteries in the tree lines, and each of us found our heart in another soul. Then we lost it somewhere between love and reality. Always, always reminding each other that we will not always reminding each other that we will not let it be the last time when we broke each other's heart, and hopefully this time we can make it work when the summer ends. Our continued friendship is the most important, and losing our friendship would hurt more than never getting to lay with you again. Never hearing your voice encourage me. Never hearing never hearing that mouth say my name again. Never hearing him tell me one more time, "You look pretty, Stacey Day." I need your words forever to comfort my weary heart. However, over time and circumstance did not escape us, and even if we proclaimed love in the woods, that hurt will still come. Life would not avoid my fire buddy. We had to start growing up. Put down the bottles, get up, take a shower, deal with life. The cold of the fall came, and leaving behind my summer fire buddy, he made the call this time, the same call that I made last time. We lived too far away to ever work. And maybe next summer, looking back at all of my fire friends throughout my childhood and adolescent years, they taught me resilience, and each of them a fighter. Some of them had so many stones thrown at them, they all picked up each stick and stone and built a better life. And seeing the photographs throughout my looking glass, watching my fire friends turn into beautiful parents, have strong marriages, making memories with their kids, some finding peace in God's grace, and most of us suffering from the tsunami of time passing brings its own heartbreak. Okay, next chapter is chapter 6, Different Anymore.